All right, guys, now we're ready to check over it. So this first one says complete the sentence using the correct verb. So I have these linking verbs, had, have, and has. Which one makes sense in the blank? Madagascar blank more lemurs than anywhere else in the world. So remember my strategy. I'm going to plug each one in. Madagascar had more lemurs than anywhere else in the world. Well, that's past tense. I'm not sure. I'll try the others first. Madagascar have more lemurs than anywhere else in the world. That one doesn't make sense. Or this one, Madagascar has more lemurs than anywhere else in the world. Since this one is present tense, I think it's going to make more sense. They have has more lemurs than anywhere else in the world. Now, label all the parts of speech in the sentence. It says Madagascar is a large island near Africa. So I'm going to find all the nouns, people, places, things, animals, and ideas. Well, Madagascar is a country, so it's a noun. An island is a thing, so it's a noun. And Africa is another country, which makes it a place, which is a noun. So 3 nouns. Check, found them all. Now verbs. I'm looking for action verbs first. I don't see anything I can do in that sentence, so now I'm going to look for linking verbs. I'm going to sing my song. Am, is, hey, I see is. So there's my linking verb. And I don't see any more, so I've found all my verbs now. Now I'm going to look for pronouns, words that replace a noun. I don't see any of those, so I looked for all the pronouns, there aren't any. Now adjectives, words that describe, they can tell how many, what kind, what size, what color, what shape. So let's see what I have left. Large. Large tells me what size the island is, so large is going to be an adjective. And I don't see any more, so now we found all the adjectives. And what about an adverb, a word that describes the verb? My verb is. There's not a word that describes is, so no adverbs. So that is it for that one. Next, add an apostrophe to correct the sentence. So remember, this is a possessive noun. It shows you that someone owns something or that something belongs to someone or something. So the sentence says, all of Madagascar's animals are interesting. So who owns something in this sentence? It's showing me that the animals belong to Madagascar. So since Madagascar is singular, I would write it like this. Madagascar. And then I would put my apostrophe and then an S. Since Madagascar is singular, I would have to use an apostrophe S. And if you just put the apostrophe right here, that's fine as well. All right, next, list the words with a prefix that mean not. We talked about in the guided lesson video that there are 4 prefixes right here that mean not. There's un, im, in, and ill. So if I look at my word list, I see unhook, I see impossible, I see insecure, I see unkind, and I see illiterate. So you had several words to squeeze in that box. 5 words today to squeeze in that box. Okay? So of these words we just wrote down, unhook, impossible, insecure, unkind, and unliterate, which one means not kind or nice? Well, it has a prefix that means not, and then I actually see the root word kind. It's going to be unkind. It means not kind or nice. Next was our types of sentences question. So we're trying to decide whether this is simple, whether it's just one independent clause, one sentence that makes sense. Compound, which is 2 independent clauses put together with a fanboy conjunction. So 2 sentences put together. Or if it's complex, it has 1 independent part, 1 complete part, and 1 dependent part, 1 part that needs more information to make sense. So the sentence says, the tomato frog makes a sticky liquid that can make animals ill. So first of all, I look for a fanboy or a comma. I don't see any of my fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. I don't see any commas. If I look at this sentence, it's just one complete sentence. The tomato frog makes a sticky liquid that can make animals ill. Since it's just one complete sentence, one independent clause, it's going to be simple. Okay, next. This is off of our root that we learned last week. M-O-T, M-O-B, M-O-V. They all have to do with movement. So which of these words, motivate, motion, or mobilize, means moving someone to want to do something? So motion, I know that just has to do with moving. Mobilize, that means you're able to make something move. But motivate means you're moving someone to make them want to do something. So like I said, sometimes your teachers have to do this to you to make you want to do your work. All right, and next, add a comma to the address below. So we learned yesterday that commas go in between the city and the state. So we have 1873 Wilson Street, Savannah, Georgia, 31401. And I just noticed they actually spelled Savannah wrong on this sheet. It's supposed to have 2 N's. There we go. Now, the city that we're talking about is Savannah. The state that we're talking about is Georgia. So you should have had a comma in between Savannah and Georgia. All right, hopefully you did well. We are actually going to do the back today, so make sure you turn over to the back and watch the guided check or the guided lesson video, please.